Happy Arbor Day, everybody. We're welcome to our Arbor Day tree planting. I'm Lori Jensen, the Executive Director of the New Jersey Nursery and Landscape Association, and we're really grateful to be here today. I'm going to introduce some of the organizations that have been part of this wonderful collaboration. We're going to start with Frank Fernicola, the President of the NJNLA. Frank, come on up.
Thank you, Lori. My name is Frank Fernicola. I'm president of the New Jersey Nursery and Landscape Association, and we're thrilled to be here today for this tree planting. We have some beautiful birch and some beautiful oak going in that are going to definitely enhance this gorgeous wetlands. New Jersey Nursery and Landscape Association is a statewide association made up of retailers, growers, landscapers, and any other adjoining businesses to the green industry or landscape and horticulture in New Jersey. Thank you.
Okay, we also have the New Jersey Arborist Association here. Joe, would you like to come up?
It's Bert.
Oh, I'm sorry. Come on up.
Yes, Bert Kuhn, NJA, ISA. We're very excited to be partnering on this Arbor Day tree planting. It's such an admirable pursuit, and we look forward to really doing this more so in the future.
Thank you. Thank you. Next up, we have Rick McCoy from McCoy Horticulture. Come on up. Yay.
Thanks, everybody. Richard McCoy Horticultural Services. It's really great to be here today to participate in this Arbor Day event, and McCoy Horticultural is very proud to be part of the NJNLA and along with these other folks planting these trees today, so we're looking forward to a great event. Thank you.
Hey, good job. Okay. And we also have the New Jersey Green Industry Council. Marnie Stauffer is our current president. Marnie, come on up.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Marnie Stauffer, and I'm the president of the New Jersey Green Industry Council, and we are so glad to be here today to participate in this wonderful event. This is an event that will beautify the area, and it's an opportunity for us to give back. You know, the New Jersey Green Industry Council is here to represent a variety of associations across New Jersey, and it's important for us to stand up and to advocate on behalf of the green industry, representing a whole slew of whether you're in the green industry from a nursery landscape perspective, lawn landscape, you're a manufacturer, supplier, you're in the golf industry, a whole horticulture industry, the whole slew of different horticultural and turf and landscape backgrounds. We represent them to just advocate on behalf of them and working with our lobbyist in Trenton as well. So just want to say thank you for having us here. We are very excited to be here. Thank you.
Thank you, Marnie. That's great. Also want to mention that NOFA New Jersey, Northeast Organic Farming Association, is also part of this event. They'll be here in a little bit. And then, of course, we couldn't do this without Mercer County Park Commission. You'll hear from them in just a minute. So I'd also like to bring up Joe Gripe, the Executive Director of the New Jersey Arborist ISA. He's going to talk a little bit about what Arbor Day is. So, Joe, come on up.
Thanks, Lori. So we're very grateful to be a partner in this operation, so thank you. Arbor Day started in 1872 in Nebraska. We in New Jersey are very proud that we were one of the first states to follow suit. And we, as the New Jersey chapter of the ISA, are the ones who care for trees, but of course we couldn't care for them if they weren't planted first. So this holiday is all about the planting of trees, and we're happy to support it. So thank you very much, Lori.
Okay, great. We are grateful to have the Executive Director of Mercer County Parks Commission, Aaron Watson, come up and give us a little talk as well.
As you can see, my staff, they put together War and Peace. I'm not going to go through this because I know we got to get to this important work, and I know that the weather is on us. Just let me say this. It is my honor to be here. I am so grateful that we have such dedicated volunteers, but just partners. Specifically, I want to thank Joe Griep I want to thank Rick McCoy, obviously Lori Jensen, and I got to tip my hat to my team that's led by Anthony Kuki. He's the superintendent of parks, along with the director of stewardship, Mike Long, for considering this work so important. Look, I want to end with this. The county of Mercer is responsible for about 10,000 acres, right? So 6,000 of that is park space, and one of the first things I did when I became executive director is to create a do not plant list, recognizing the value of healthy trees and what it means to our environment. So I am just elated that you guys are here planting these trees. We got a wonderful team. We're going to have a great day, and I just want to thank you for having me, and I look forward to let's getting it in. Thank you.
We are also very grateful to have Sarah Siebold here. She is with Assemblyman Fryman's office. Assemblyman Fryman is the chair of the Assembly Ag and Food Security Committee, and we're very happy to have their support at all times, and it's just great for them to be here. So we have some trees to plant. One of the other things that we're going to do right now is a little bit of an education, so those of you that want to learn how to properly plant a tree, come on back with us. So thank you again.
So this is NJNLA's Growing Green, and today is Arbor Day.
It is.
And we're at John A. Roebling Memorial Park in Hamilton, and we're planting a few trees.
Yeah, this is great. Some
And
oak trees.
who do I have joining me?
It's Richard McCoy from Richard McCoy Horticultural Services.
Okay, so tell us what we're doing today.
So as you said, we're planting some trees for Arbor Day. We're putting in some native species, some swamp white oaks, and some river birch.
Great.
Yeah.
How many do you think we have here?
We have 21 actually. They dug an extra hole, so we were able to put another tree in. So.
Oh, yay, an extra hole.
Yep.
So we're going to have lots of fun today.
Yeah, it's great.
Getting these trees planted, and I heard that they had to take out some diseased trees.
Diseased, and also at this park here, they're doing restoration work, so the trees are diseased and they're also cultivars. So they're trying to replace the cultivar trees with species trees.
Okay, great. So they'll take out a few of the diseased ones. We're going to plant some of the new ones today, and then they're going to finish going through and taking out some more of the diseased ones. So this way the park doesn't look bare in the meantime. And then hopefully in a few years, I mean, these will take off and it will be totally restored.
Yeah, yeah. Plus it's great for the ecology, right? When you use native keystone species, that's what we want to do these days and benefit the ecology. So
Exactly. So everybody should spend Arbor Day planting trees.
Or every day's Arbor Day.
That's true. That's right.
All right, so we're going to look at two different types of planting trees today. We have oaks and birches, B&B, and in containers. So when you purchase, in most cases, either a retail or wholesale nursery, what happens in the nurseries is the trees are planted, they're dug, they come to us, and then we have to do a little bit of work on them first before we put them in the ground. What you don't want to do is you don't just want to take them from the nursery as is and put them in the ground. What we already did with the heads here, we cleaned them up, pruned them with a little bit of structural pruning, so once these are in the ground, they're in a park system, so chances are they may not get pruned again. In a home or landscape, you don't necessarily have to do that. There are a couple of different ways you're going to find this B&B material. The material itself, when it's this lighter color, it's a non-treated burlap, so it will rot. If it's a greenish tinge like this, that means it's synthetic, which means you definitely want to take it off. The practice that we follow is, in most cases, we take all the burlap, cages, and everything off the tree when we put them in the ground. Now that can be a little tricky, especially with trees. Most of our trees in New Jersey, a lot of them are grown from the south and it's sandy soil, so the root ball can loosen up. So in these instances, you got to be really careful in handling the tree so that the root ball and the root system and soil don't become loose. So what you don't want to do is you don't want to typically grab a tree like this and rock it, because by doing that, all the weight that's on the root ball loosens that connection between the soil and the roots. Once you get the tree hole dug, which was done by the Mercer County Park System, thanks for doing the hard work, appreciate that. then you got to check your depth. And typically the way, Frank, if you wouldn't mind, typically the way we'll do that is we'll just take the shovel, bottom of the hole. If it's a big hole, you can take a rake or something, put that across it, and make sure that where your hand is level or just a little bit above the existing grade. Then from there, the fun starts. Again, you have to be careful that maneuvering the root ball too much in a burlap condition, moving it too much when you start to take the twine and or cages off, it really becomes loose. So I prefer tree, if I had my choice, I prefer tree cages because you have a little bit more durability with that root ball moving it around. So what I'll probably do with this is take some of the twine off, see what we have to deal with here, because the ultimate goal is to make sure that this grade at the soil level is level with this grade or a little bit higher, and that the tree has a flare. And it's not, most times you're going to see trees planted, they look like this, right? That means the tree's planted too deep. If that tree has a nice flare, then you have a good depth and you're good to go. You want to give me a hand?
Sure.
Just taking a little bit of this twine off?
Yep.
You got a knife, Frank? You just start cutting around here.
All right.
So we'll just take a little bit off, just enough to get the top open, because we may need to tie it back up to get it in a hole.
Okay.
All right. And we'll undo this burlap. Okay, good.
Okay.
All right, so you could tell by actually just looking at the root ball here that we've already got the condition where the root ball is starting to loosen up. So we need to be really careful in handling this to get it in the hole. Fortunately, where these trees were dug from, they were dug pretty well. So we already have our flare exposed in this spot here. A little bit of work to do here. But I will tell you, a lot of the trees that we get, they do have soil, could be 3, 4, 5, 6 inches above the top of the root ball. Now, a couple things happen when that's the case. First thing is, when they dig the trees, a lot of that root system, when they're dug improperly like that, a lot of that root system is left in the nursery. So if they're dug too deep, all those roots are left in the nursery, harder for the tree to adapt when it's put in a hole in the ground. But what we'll do is we'll take a little bit of soil around the edges here. You got to be careful. You don't want to, is there a trowel over there, Frank? Please. You have to be careful because you don't want to, boy, that's really loose. You don't want to,
Thank you.
you don't want to hit the trunk and scar the trunk. It's got that green tinge to it. I didn't see it when it was wrapped up before. Yeah, but it's got that green, yep. So we'll get as much of the burlap and twine off as possible without destroying the root ball. Yeah, I'm just gonna pull as much of that out of there as possible. Could tip it a little bit. Maybe you can pull it out.
Okay.
It would be great if we can do that. There you go. Nice. All right. That's good. Okay, then we just need to get a little soil around it and firm it up a little bit. All right, so as you're backfilling, you'll see a lot of people like really put a lot of pressure around the hole. You don't want to do that. You want the soil nice and loose. A little bit of compaction is good just to stabilize it. We don't typically stake our trees. Reason being is when trees are staked and it's too rigid, they lose that motion, and the trees actually need that motion of the wind to stabilize themselves. And when the trees are staked too rigid, once the stakes are taken off, then the tree can become weak and fall over because the roots aren't supporting the trees, the stakes are. So we could just backfill this if you want. Here, you want to grab that?
Yeah.
Thanks for, all right, give me the Mickey Mouse shovel.
More dirt in with you.
Hey, Rick,
Yes.
I think we have somebody that would like to actually.
Oh, you want to jump in? There you go. Perfect.
Now you're getting some work.
Nice job. Couldn't have done it without you, my friend.
Yeah, you're good. It's thick. It's beat up a lot. So.
Is this a prevailing wage job for this young man?
It's hard to
Yep.
stop.
Break that soil up. There you go. I like those gloves.
The gloves really do it for me.
Perfect. I'm not gonna worry about it actually. Yeah. Getting it? There you go. You want to try a bigger shovel? Come on, big man. Go on. You can do it. You can do it.
There you go. Push it right in.
Nice. Tell me when it's enough, okay? You're the boss. You think that's enough? Yeah. Yeah? You want a little more? Yeah, a little more. All right, great. Good? What do you think? All done? Yes, sir. Right here now. Here you go. Yep.
Pay grade just went up.
You tell me when. When are we done? More still? Yeah? No, we're done? All right. Okay. Thank you, Frank. All right. So then you want a little, so you put a little well around it, right? So it catches some rain.
No water in the hole of it?
Nah, I mean, probably could because it loosened up a little bit. But typically what we'll do is we'll just really water it in really well once it's in. We got water but no hoses. Yeah, I need a bucket. So I'm not going to do a real good, we're not going to do a real fine cleanup job here, but let's just touch on mulching a little bit. All right. So first, how not to mulch. That's not how we do it.
I don't think it's high enough.
Right. Yeah. No. All right. So fine if you dump the mulch on the tree like that, but then you got to finish the job. You pull all the mulch back off the trunk. This is a little more than we needed. But to keep that well, then you do the same thing. Pull that mulch away from the trunk. Leave yourself a little well. This is a little rough, but that's the basic idea. All right? And make sure it's straight. Yeah, I gotta work on that one a little bit, but I'll get back to it. Okay, so real quick, let's look at container planting. Basically the same, but with this you get to beat on the plant roots a little bit, which is a lot of fun. Come on over here.
So once again, it's Arbor Day, and we are here at John A. Roebling Memorial Park, right?
That's right.
And so who do I have here with me now?
Well, I'm Anthony Kuki. I'm the Superintendent of Parks for the Mercer County Park Commission, and this is one of our parks.
Oh, okay, great. So tell us a little bit about what you do and how you guys maintain all these parks. I mean, they're so beautiful.
Well, thank you. And yeah, I have a great job in that I get to spend time with groups like the folks here today, the volunteers that are helping us plant trees to improve the condition of Spring Lake, which is part of the Roebling Park. We're right now in Hamilton Township, and a lot of people nearby in Trenton and Hamilton don't even know that in their backyards practically there's one of the most regionally significant it's called a freshwater tidal estuary, which is a very rare habitat type actually, and right here in New Jersey we've got some amazing ecological features here.
Okay, now what are some of the you know, like the wildlife and things that you might find in the park, and especially that we're right near the lake over here?
That's right. So Spring Lake was once part of this tidal estuary, and we call it a tidal estuary because the Delaware River does change has a changing tidal cycle every day, and when those tides change, it changes the elevation of the marsh around us, and that creates habitat for all sorts of fish and bird species that you don't necessarily see in other places. So it's a really important part of our natural world.
Okay, and I will say the park is a little bit hidden. So as you come up the street, it looks like the street is going to end, and then you get down to the very end and there's like a little sign pointing you left, and once you turn, you drive down the little dirt road, and then there's this great big beautiful park with the lake, and it's just so pretty back here.
Yeah, well that's right. I mean, one of the interesting features of the park is that you have this beautiful natural area just on the periphery of a pretty urbanized part of our county. And so, you know, the Park Commission is very committed to making sure that our parks are open and accessible to all people. So we've really been focusing a lot on creating new programs, environmental education programs, camps, and those sorts of things, so that neighbors in this area actually can you know, be more aware of the parks and learn about some of the things going on here. So it's really been a rewarding experience over the last few years, seeing the increase in visitation and people showing up to volunteer and help out. So we're really benefiting from that.
So is there some place that people could call, or a website that people could go to for some more information on, you know, what locations they can visit and things going on? Yeah,
so the Park Commission has a website, mercercountyparks.org. And we also have on social media accounts and all those things. So yep, you can find us, just get on Google and do a quick search and you'll track us down.
Okay, great. Well, and then after today, there's going to be some new trees in, so even more for people to come and visit and take a look at. So that's right. Exciting.
And lots more volunteer opportunities. So if people want to get out and have fun and contribute to helping out their local parks, we'd love to have them.
It's a great way to give back to the community.
Absolutely.
So, well, it was a pleasure meeting you.
Well,
thank you so much.
Nice to meet you as well. Thanks for coming.
So I was checking out the trees, and I came across these two really hard-working people, and it took a lot to get you guys to take a break. But introduce yourselves.
So I'm Devin Cornea, the Executive Director of the Northeast Organic Farming Association.
And you are?
Callie Alexander, NOFA New Jersey Board Policy Committee Chair. Happy to be here.
So I found some more people that are doing a great job with us today. So why don't you guys introduce yourselves?
I'm Bert Kuhn, President of the NJA ISA.
And I'm Joe Gripe, the Executive Director of the New Jersey chapter of the ISA.
So when you guys are not out here in the park planting trees, tell us a little bit about what you do.
I'm a tree climber. I own my own tree service, and I'm out hustling trees, working on them, and that's where my passion lies. So very appreciative for the wonderful career in the trees that I have, and encourage anyone who's interested in an outdoor career to join the tree business and give it a try.
And how long have you been doing this?
I've been doing it for 45 years,
And-
climbing for 44,
Okay.
and still at it, still climbing. So,
All right. And now you're president of the association.
yes,
So, and how long have you been in that position?
just since March.
Oh,
So
that's
it's still
exciting.
kind of settling in.
Nice. Well, thank you for joining us today.
Well, thank you.
And then tell us a little bit about what you do.
So I manage a private arboretum in central New Jersey, and as the executive director of the chapter of the ISA, I help manage the board activities and the association of all the professional arborists in New Jersey.
Okay, and I see that you dressed for the weather today.
Yes, thank you. I took off my coat so I'd have my logo showing for everyone.
I'm getting cold just looking at you. But thank you so much for everything that you contribute and for coming out and joining us today. I think that it's a great day so far.
I think so too, and we're happy for the relationship with the NJNLA.
Great.
So thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
So now I have Marnie joining me, right,
Hello,
from
yes.
the Green Industry Council. Did I get that right?
Yes, hi everyone. I'm Marnie Stauffer with the Green Industry Council here in New Jersey.
And what do you think? How's today going?
Today was an amazing day. You know, I really enjoy coming out and supporting this event with all of our partners, planting beautiful trees in this great environment with the hopes that these trees will beautify the area for hundreds of years to come. It's really nice.
Yeah. And then what do you normally do with the Green Industry Council?
So I'm the current president of the New Jersey Green Industry Council, and really our group is an advocacy group that works here on behalf of anyone in the industry, in the green industry in New Jersey, to work with the legislators in Trenton to make sure that the issues and the bills that come down from Trenton really benefit what we're doing in New Jersey. So whether you work as a horticulturalist, a forester, you run a golf course, or you maybe run a landscape crew or manage a lawn care company, we really try to do things that are beneficial to help them stay in business here in New Jersey.
All right, so you're doing a whole lot of great behind the scenes work.
Yes.
Right, so I'm sure that you're glad to be out of the office today.
I am. This is amazing.
And out here planting trees.
Yes. It doesn't get any better than this. It's so nice to actually come out and do the work and get out here, plant trees, and just kind of feel the ground under your feet. It's really nice.
So is there a way that people can get involved and do something to feel like they're helping out and contributing?
Absolutely. So what I would do is encourage you to go to www.njgic.com, where you can find all the information about what we do, how we do it, and you can get connected.
Okay, well that sounds great. Well, thank you for all the work that you do.
Thanks,
and
Lisa.
for joining us today.
Thank you so much. Nice to be here.